You are Locked On Marlins Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Miami on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
baby. Scarlet. There we go. All right, in camera. We got good with the camera. We are good. All right, there we go. Some things acting up there a little bit, but I think we got everything good here and everything's all right. We got the sound right for you. Just make sure here. We got the audio right. Where are we at? We got the audio good and we got the video good. There we go. Let me know, you guys, if you can. There we go. All right, we got this. All right. Anyway, 3 of Boston's runs scored on balls that didn't leave the infield, guys. They had Devers hit a ground ball to short, Xavier Edwards. And I don't know what was going on with the dirt today, right? Edwards slipped and fell on an easy ground ball. Jazz fell on the dirt at the warning track tonight as well. So the grounds crew might want to take a look at that, man, and not get someone hurt out there. And obviously, we don't know what happened, and I'm not going to sit here and cast aspersions on anybody, although it seems like I did. But a couple of guys fell, one on the infield, one on the track tonight. But Devers with a hard hit ground ball towards short. Edwards falls down, and that brought in a run. Masataka Yoshida, who had a couple of hits and a couple of RBIs tonight, he's like 7 for his last 13. He hit a dribbler toward first base. He's just a little dribbler that Trevor Rogers, the Marlins starter, couldn't pick up. And Yoshida did it again, this time on a bullet to third base, where what a play by Emmanuel Rivera. Dove to his left, picked up the ball right off the turf, made a throw off his knees to get Yoshida at first, but the run scored on the play. So those were the 3 runs that had scored for the Red Sox prior to the 7th inning. And no balls had left the infield, and that is not how things would progress from that point forward. I mean, it just didn't happen that way moving forward, and you saw it throughout the night. Look, they had 12 hits and were walked 7 times, so 19 base runners for the Red Sox in this game. 19 base runners for Boston, okay? The Red Sox all night long were leaving runners all over the bases. The Marlins playing with fire. All night long, just playing with fire in this game. And it just, eventually, they got burned, but you know, look, I mean, Sanchez gave the Marlins the lead in the bottom of the first. Sanchez had a big game. 3 hits for Jesus. And he singled in Chisholm in the bottom of the first. They wouldn't score again until the 9th. And the Red Sox got him twice in the 3rd, but Devers with an infield single that I just told you about, where Edwards fell. Check 1 2, check 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. We got it going. Testing 1 2, 1 2 1 2. There we go. We got it. Sorry guys, I have a short somewhere in my computer that keeps hitting the audio on me there, and I know I got someone in here. Appreciate you hanging with me for a second. It's your Locked On Marlins postcast, Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. 7-2 tonight. The Marlins get smoked by the Red Sox again. I talked about the balls not leaving the infield, right? A slippage at shortstop, a nubber up the first base side. It was weak what the Red Sox were doing offensively in this game, right? It was not anything that you would want to, you know what I'm saying? It was ugly baseball. And then that play in the 7th inning with the bullet down toward third base where Emmanuel Rivera is able to pick it off the turf and throw it over there. But then, you know, Devers with the triple, and, you know, as the game wore on and as it got later and later, it became tougher and tougher for Miami to get anything done. And that's just the way that it's been for them. They score in the first, but they keep making the opposing teams every pitcher that faces them, for the most part, they're making them look like world beaters. They're making them look like world beaters. Almost every pitcher the other team throws out there is looking like a world beater. Almost like, you know, like an all-star caliber starter. You know what I mean? An all-star caliber starter every night out. And you had over 20,000 fans in there tonight, and you know, you're just hoping that you can get through this game, and you're hoping that things go the way you need them to, and they just could not hit again, and it's just frustrating for Miami. But, you know, when the Red Sox got the triple from Devers in the top of the ninth, and then it was Rafaela's double. They called it a double, 3-run double. And, so that was what was able to get it done for the Red Sox tonight. And I'm sorry, guys, my computer is completely frozen. Nothing, it won't let me do anything as far as looking through the box score or anything on this side. Just give me a second, and I will get it. All right, there we go. All right, here we go, and I got you guys. Oops. I think you guys got me now, right? I think you guys got the audio now. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, just a tough one for the Marlins all the way across the board tonight, and man, just could not get it going. And offensively, it just was, just one of those things where they score in the first, they don't score again until the ninth, and they couldn't get anything going. And here we go, guys, real quick. All right, hopefully that takes care of that issue there. All right, why don't we take a quick break, and we will come back and keep it going here with your Locked On Marlins postcast. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, on your Wednesday night. 4th of July is tomorrow, man, the fireworks. I mean, tell me some of your favorite 4th of July stories in the comments. Love you guys being here, you know what I mean, and your everydayers, and appreciate you being here with us at Locked On Postcast with the Marlins. And it's not easy following this team day in and day out. We talk about this all the time. Only one team can win the World Series. One team can win the division. Only so many teams make it to the playoffs, right? But the Marlins are fun. They're entertaining. This was a good game to watch. I watch every inning, every pitch of every game, guys, okay? And if I can do it, you can do it too. Granted, I get paid to do it, doing the postcast here. But the Marlins are close. If they had a big star in the middle of the lineup, an ace at the top of the rotation, a little bit of luck from the injury gods without Weathers and Luzardo and Alcantara and all these pitchers, and look, Sanchez on the Cabrera on the IL. You know what I mean? All year long, it's just been one injury after another for this team. One injury after another for this team, in the rotation especially. Just think about how Weathers was pitching. Just think about how Luzardo was pitching. All right, guys, we have to get to a break. I think we're okay on the computer side of things. I apologize for that. The audio went out for a second there, but I was able to get it reconnected and done. Sometimes a little short will hit the computer, or a cord will get hit or something, and there's a bunch of things going in here that do the audio and the video, and they get a little sensitive sometimes. But don't we all get a little sensitive sometimes? You're watching your Locked On Marlins postcast. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Going to take a quick pause for the cause here and let you know that, man, we're excited to have you here with your Locked On Marlins postcast. Still to come, Rafael has gotten him a couple of days in a row. Bay-oh by the Bay. I mean, he was good tonight, but the Marlins have a habit of making the opposing starters look like all-stars lately, and that's something that cannot continue. Let's get to the other side in just a moment. You're watching your Locked On Marlins postcast. I'm Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. All right, guys, this episode of your Locked On Marlins postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. With summer travel heating up, and you know it is, baby, especially travel for baseball games, it's time to explore those U.S. cities you always secretly wanted to learn more about. Yes, we're talking about your rival cities with hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more on Booking.com. You might just find your perfect stay, even in your baseball rival city, like, say, New York or Atlanta or Philly or Washington, any place like that, right? That's where you might find your perfect vacation. And what a trip it could be from Booking.com. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your rivals. Book today on Booking.com, on the site, or in the Booking.com app. A New York fan headed to Boston like I used to do as a kid, man. Red Sox hosting the Yankees, being a Yankee fan, going in there and winning on the road. The Marlins just won a couple of games in Philly. That was a lot of fun being there. The right stay, as we said, can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your rivals. Book today on Booking.com, on the site, or in the Booking.com app. Locked On Marlins postcast is all show brought to you by, you know this. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? It is game time. You know how much I love going to Major League Baseball games during the summer, guys. I tell you about this every single day here on the show. I have memories back from my grandfather taking me to see the Red Sox at Fenway Park as a kid because he tried to brainwash me to be a Red Sox fan. But even my hero couldn't get me to do that. But you know what? We had memories along the way. I remember seeing the Bash brothers, McGuire, Canseco, and those A's teams taking batting practice and just murdering that ball over Lansdowne Street. As a kid, you remember all these things. I remember being there at the Bucky Dent game in 1978, the playoff game. Bucky Dent with the home run, Yaz with the pop-up end of the game. You know how it is with these experiences, guys. I know you have them from yourselves, going to the stadiums. As kids, if you're a Marlins fan, you've been to some good ones in Philly and New York. I bet you have over the years. Looking forward to making new memories this year. Why? Because Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball. Makes tickets easy and quick to get. So much easier, so much quicker. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. And with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying Major League Baseball tickets. Look, you just go right into the app. You can look at the prices. You can pick by zone they pick for you. You can look at the view of the field from your seat. It's panoramic. You move it. It's unbelievable, man. It's really easy. My grandfather had to go to the box office. We had to go day of and get seats, or we had to order them in advance, get them mailed to the house. Forget about it. You don't want to know the struggles we had back in the day because you don't even have to worry about those now. And even better, you can get up to 60% off last-minute flash deals with Game Time as well. All-in pricing. Again, you get the seat views. You get the lowest price guarantee. You get credited 110% of the difference if you find it for less anywhere else. And your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute deals, last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed with Game Time. All right, guys. But we're good to go. There we go. Camera, good to go. All right, there we are, guys. All right. Locked On Marlins postcast. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Been a tough night in terms of the mechanics here of the show. So I apologize for that. Sometimes you have good nights and some nights you have bad nights. And tonight is one of those nights where, man, they do not want to cooperate with me. They do not want to cooperate with me. But I'm very excited, and I can tell you that for sure, because you know why. You absolutely know why, and that is because the Marlins keep getting better every single day. Day in and day out, they get better. This game, obviously, the Red Sox blew up late. Great job by the Marlins pitching staff hanging in this game. Just hanging in this game, day in and day out, and I mean, inning in and inning out. It was just a tough one for them. You know what I'm saying? And tonight just obviously wasn't their night, but they hung in. And a couple of their guys weren't available tonight out of the bullpen either because they've been used the last couple of games. And yesterday they pitched a lot in yesterday's game, so they weren't available in tonight's game. And I'm working as hard as I can to pull all this up for you guys, but it was a good job by Brazoban tonight in particular. Brazoban went 3 innings, had 3 strikeouts, didn't give up a run. He was absolutely fantastic, so you really felt good about what he was able to do tonight. And out of the bullpen, he's been fantastic. Actually, the Marlins bullpen's been really good overall lately, right? The Red Sox weren't good with runners in scoring position at all tonight, and late they made up for it, obviously, with Devers and Rafaela doing it again. Rivera with the nice play in the field in the 7th inning. Let's see. Connor Wong has a 17-game hit streak. He extended that tonight. How about old man Chris Marlin, 17th appearance versus the Marlins? And you want to know really in this game, and one of the things that happened against the Marlins tonight, and it looks like things are working a little bit better here on this end, guys. Really appreciate your patience with me. Moving right along. Where's the Marlins box score at? Here we are down here, and boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. So it obviously they busted it open late, right? And that's something that's going to happen with a team like the Red Sox. The Marlins were there throughout this game. They're just not putting together any rallies. They're making every single opposing pitcher look like a world beater. Bay-oh today with 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. It's day in and day out, right? I mean, look, the Red Sox sent Duran to the plate 6 times today. 6 times your leadoff guy went to the dish, 4 times for the Marlins. So a lot more ABs there. They had 11 hits or 12 hits, and they were walked 7 times. Look, the Red Sox struck out 11 times. The Marlins struck out 9 times. The two teams combined, 20 strikeouts. Disastrous offensive game all the way across the board. It was a 9-pitch at bat in the 9th for Devers to, I mean, look, you're not going to have Tanner Scott in the game in that moment because you don't have the lead. It's a close game. The type of game that it was, though, and the type of run that this has been for the Marlins on the luck side, look, Josh Bell smashes a ball, right? Smashes a ball out to left field. It's hooking away from the left fielder, Ref Snyder. He gets a perfect jump on it, dives, full extension, makes the catch. Duran runs one down all the way at the wall on the track that Bell ripped a couple innings earlier. It was a seed, a bullet in the gap, and this dude ran it down like nothing. Remember Willie Mays Hayes in Major League? That's Duran. They cover so much ground in the field, and they made great plays out there tonight. They made great plays, and that's how they beat the Marlins doing that. You're watching your Locked On Marlins postcast. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. So pumped. Everything's working right again. But the Marlins, unfortunately, late in the game, Devers and Rafaela put it away. But they have to figure out a way to get to these starting pitchers earlier, guys. They have got to figure out a way. They never let the first pitch go by. They swing at the first pitch all the time. They do not walk. How many walks do they have tonight? 1. They do not walk. They strike out a ton. They're a free swinging team. I loved seeing the right-handers go to right field a little bit more tonight. In the first inning, they had 3 hits to right field, and I know Sanchez lefty, and I love Sanchez, man. He's a gamer. He's a tough kid. You're starting to see who can play on this team. You're starting to see who can't. Starting to see who can play, starting to see who can't. Day in and day out. That's all you're going to do. And you everydayers, we know. We know, don't we? We know. All right, we're going to take a break, come back on the other side, wrap it up, and take a look at the finale tomorrow. And we'll see if the Red Sox are in any kind of a mood to drop one to the Marlins. I mean, the Marlins need to win 1 out of 3, right? You got the Chicago White Sox coming in after that. They are an awful team. And we'll talk about the differences between the different color socks. It's night and day when we continue on your Locked On Marlins postcast. But first, I have to tell you about our friends at Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. You know this, right? Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. I mean, you would think it would be, right? When it's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, you can do so much with Prize Picks. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today, because you can turn 100 times your money like that. Turn it over, baby. That's right. 4 correct picks, you can turn $10 into $1,000. And if you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has you covered there too. From lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays, Prize Picks has you covered with those specials as well. I love doing it myself, and you should too. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It is that easy with Prize Picks. All right, real quick, a reminder for you. So we're living with it. It's a little slow tonight. Sometimes the computers are just going a little bit slow. I don't know what it is. Maybe everybody's home because it's 4th of July and everybody's on their bandwidth and everybody's on the internet. I mean, who knows, right? But one thing I do know, and one thing I'm very excited to share with you every single day here at Locked On Marlins Postcast, Locked On has launched the first ever National Sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, and now it's also available on Amazon Fire TV and the free Fire TV channels app. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today, now available on the free Fire TV channels app. All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, wrapping it up on your Wednesday. 7-2 Red Sox. They go into Miami on Tuesday, and they pound the Marlins 2 games in a row, and it was 8-3 in the opener, and it was, Rafaela with 3 more RBIs tonight, the 3-run double in the 9th inning after Devers tripled in a run, and, that was 4 runs in the 9th for the Sox. It was a very close game up to that point. The Marlins actually scored one in the bottom of the 9th that made it a little bit closer. It was 7-1. That's why you see what you see on your screen up there, but, man, just a tough game all the way across the board for your Miami Marlins. And you had Bryana pitch really well. You had a couple of other guys, not really. It just didn't work out tonight. And he had 3 strikeouts in 3 innings, and he pitched really well. Bryana did. And when you do that, you deserve a little bit better. But look, Rogers throws a ton of pitches, man. Trevor Rogers threw 84 pitches in 3 innings tonight. He throws a ton of pitches for the Marlins. And that's just something that you can't have. You can't have a starting pitcher throwing 84 pitches in 3 innings, guys. It does not work. So that really stood out to me tonight. The efficiency of Bay-oh, 91 pitches in 6 2/3. He's not overpowering, doesn't do anything to wow you. He just gets it done, but he is able to pick up his 8th win against 5 losses on the season. Rogers is 1-9. I've talked about him many times. Is he a big league pitcher? He has to be. Weathers, IL, Luzardo, IL. I don't even have any of this information yet, though, and I think I will before we go off the air tonight. Let's see how much time we have left here. All right, we got to wrap this up in just a second, but man, Rogers, Bryana, Fauché, Nardi, Bender, Maldonado, but Chargois unavailable tonight, and Cronin unavailable. Pitched a lot last night, and those are 2 of their better relievers. But Fauché did not have a good night, but Bryana, Nardi, Bender combined for 4 scoreless innings of relief, and Maldonado, forget about it, got ripped. 4 earned runs on 3 hits in the top of the 9th. Bay-oh again, 6 2/3, 1 run on 7 hits. Offensively for Boston, they just keep coming, man. Duran hit safely in his 19th out of 20 games. Wong, 2 hits. His hitting streak is 17. Devers, the RBI triple in the infield single to drive in a run, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. You know what I'm saying? Yoshida, 2 for 4. They just keep coming, man. For the Marlins, it was Sanchez, 3 for 4 with the RBI. Had himself a pretty good game. But they have to figure out a way to hit, man. They have to. And you're talking about a team that just does not hit. And they don't hit like a major league team. They were awful again tonight. They're going to finish this 3-game series up tomorrow. Kyle Tyler is going to make his 3rd start for the Marlins. He's 0-1. And I will say that that you're going to have to pitch a lot better if you want to keep your spot, Rogers, when those other guys come back. And you know that right now, with the Marlins playing the way that they've played, it's just not – I mean, you could have anybody out there pitching. You could literally have anybody out there pitching, and it would not matter for this team because their offense has been that bad, and that's the way it is. It's just unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. And one other thing I need to let you know, guys, is that we will be here tomorrow early on the 4th of July. The game starts at 1:10 in the afternoon, and we'll be here around 3:30, 4 o'clock with your 4th of July Locked On Marlins postcast. And until then, I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Keep that patriotism alive. 4th of July, baby. Happy birthday, America. Because nothing says America more than baseball. That's all there is, Fish fans. There is no more. Your Locked On Marlins postcast on your Wednesday. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, making sure the audio is still plugged in right there with what's happened today on the show. Apologize for that. We'll see you tomorrow. And always remember, we appreciate you being here every day. The Marlins dropped this one 7-2. Keep your game tight and your mind right, Fish fans. We are out.